Ifi Andrew. And what the issue we are about to discuss is one that I'm sure some of you, especially I would say people in HA, most especially, will be very concerned about. If you had followed the news in the latter part of last year coming on to now, in fact, most part of last year we had different stories of land grabbers and land grabbing, and it seemed as though it was basically coming from Etche local government area. It's not because these issues do not arise in other areas, but people who live in different parts of Etche will say, oh, our lands are being taken, our lands are being this land grabbers, that, and it got a lot of people thinking. I, for one, was of the opinion that is it possible for a person to come and grab a land? Because if you would look at the ideal definition of what it means, when you say land grabbing, it technically would imply someone forcefully collecting something. And most of the times, in situations where this has happened in other countries around the world, it doesn't involve indigenes of that locality. It might be a company, a group, a firm that finds its way to lobby around and comes and collects the land and says, we're using this for that and we're using this land for this, and then, hide behind the certain laws that they twist to aid them in doing what they want to do. And you have people who say, oh, they're grabbing our lands. We did not approve of this, but this is what these multinationals or big wigs are doing. But now, if you come down to what we have in Rivers State at the moment, you would see that almost every village community, there are people who say, oh, they are land grabbers. But when you even look deeper, you figure that this community of villagers know somebody in their village that brought somebody. So would we still call it land grabbing at that point? Well, I wouldn't have the answers to that. I wouldn't know. But hopefully my guest would give us some insight into what the situation is like and all the processes involved, especially if you're going to get land in any of these communities. What should you know? What should you not know? Is there really a huge problem of land grabbing in Etche axis of Rivers State? We will find out. My guest this morning is a traditional leader in Etche local government area, is a stakeholder in the community and the local government, is no other than Chief Loveday Okere will be joining us via our telephone this morning. Hello, Chief. Good morning to you. Happy New Year.
Good morning, Andrew. Happy New Year to you.
You're welcome. It's quite a lot. Already we are in the 4th day of the year. I'm pretty sure things are looking up well.
Very, very well. Andrew, if you ask me, I would tell that the year has gone far. Having spent 4 days already in the year 2024. So we have to hit the ground running.
Okay.
Whatever is our heart desire for 2024.
Well said. Let's get into our conversation for this morning. I'm sure you heard my introduction and some of the things I was trying to highlight. But in the news, Etche local government area has been on it for several reasons. One of them that's very concerning would be the reason of land grabbing. This particular issue is one that has been well talked about. Different people with different opinion about it. So help us through this. First of all, is there really a problem or a concern with regards to land grabbing in Etche? Is it that everybody are taking all the land? Because when you listen to people from that axis talk about this, it sounds as though we have people who are strangers coming in and forcefully taking over land, and there's almost no land in Etche anymore to farm or do business. What is the situation with regards to this land grabbing issues that we hear a lot in Etche?
Well, Andrew, let me say this very clearly, that some of the things you hear from the media are really hyped by people perhaps who are in one way or the other, maybe who may have had some bad experiences as a result of their transactions. That is not to say that the way it is being painted is exactly the way it is. I am from Etche. As I'm talking to you now, I'm talking to you from Etche. But the only thing I can tell you is that because Etche is one of the most viable area, for development now.
Hello, Chief.
I mean, it's very high. So when development is approaching a certain places, there are the tendency that a lot of misconceptions, a lot of issues will be raised within that area. It's not happen. That's exactly what is happening in the channel. So, but to discuss the issue the way it is, not particularizing it as a key problem, but as a problem of the society, as a societal problem. I want to say that this land grabbing issue is an organized crime orchestrated by certain interested parties, not community per se, to say it is in Etche, but particular group of persons who uses it as a means of a livelihood. And this particular menace is done using security operatives, using the judiciary and other agencies that they feel that can be used to actually achieve their aim.
All right, Chief.
Yes.
Is it possible for a stranger to just come into a community, any community, and collect land without indigenes or people from the community or even family members who own that land getting involved?
Okay. Now, Andrew, let me tell you, there are 4 basic ways of owning land in Etche in particular. 1 is through natural inheritance. 2 is by purchases. 3 is through gift or donation. Somebody can give to land, somebody can donate land to you. The 4th one is by conquest.
The 4th one? What's the 4th one, please? We didn't get that.
The 4th one is by concession or conquest.
Okay.
I will describe that. I will make that known to you clearly.
All right, go ahead.
And that is what people are tagging land grabbing these days. You see, in Etche local government area, there are vast land. Communities have a lot of land that may not even be used in the next 50 years. Some of them are within the swamp areas. Some of them are within the tableland areas. Some of them are being used for farming purposes. Now, what happens is that